Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. Today we're talking about grants, and more grants. And I'm coming to give you some breaking news regarding the state small business credit initiative. There's been some additional states that have received federal funding. So I want to let you know about those states so that you can go out and reach out to who you need to get access to some of those funds. Now, I am testing out my new MacBook, so please let me know that you can see me and hear me clearly. There's still some things I need to work on, but as long as you all can hear me and see me, we're good. So again, let me know out there because I'm using the computer speakers today. I always want to start off with great news. So we always congratulate those that are winning, accelerators, incubators, grants, pitch competitions across the country. So we give our love to them and we let you know that it is possible also for you. So if you know entrepreneurs, small business owners, nonprofits who need to see this video, please tag them. Please do share this out because there's still businesses that don't know that these many opportunities are available to them. And I want to focus mainly on local and state grants today because these are the grants that often go overlooked. Okay, they're not often sought after, and these are some of the easiest ones that you can get for your business. Give this a thumbs up, hit the notification bell to be notified when we come on and do these lives because it's so important. And subscribe and follow us where we are on social media. So congratulations to Gwen McLeod. She won the $10,000 fast break grant through Legal Shield, the NBA. There was a number of partners in on this program. They offer several rounds, and in their latest round, she won $10,000 for our business. She's one of our She Boss Tribe members, and we've already shouted her out and gave her all the congratulations. And so we continue to do so. Definitely want to know, Gwen, what is your plan for the money? There's a lot that you can do with $10,000 to make that really work for your business and help to move your business forward and your mission that you have forward. One of our other friends is Tamara Marlene. She just actually sent me one of her shirts from her brand Entrepreneur Life. Definitely check that out. But she just got selected for the Amazon Accelerator program. So this just gives you an example of all the different types of programs that are out there. And this is a huge one. I believe Amazon launched this particular accelerator program in 2020. Or 2021. This may be their third or fourth round. And I know it comes with a big grant. So know that these accelerator programs are there to what? Help you expedite your growth, right? Help to expedite your success, help to increase your access to opportunities, networking. And you're talking about these well-known, globally known, multi-billion-dollar companies that believe in small business enough to start up these programs and help you because they know the power of the small business. So again, shout out to Tamara Marlene on her getting the Amazon Accelerator program and grant. Shout out to those that are in our She Boss Tribe on Facebook and YouTube who are on here today. We send our love to you as well. There are some changes coming with our grant tracker. So many of you all have been using our grant tracker to keep up to date on the latest grants. So expect that these will be changing. We launched this grant tracker at the beginning of 2020 to help those to be able to get access to the relief programs and other grants that were coming online. So that will be changing. So we're changing that to a membership program, and we'll be having more updates on that soon. Please know that She Boss Talk offers many grants, and we give out grants on a monthly basis in a number of different ways. Sometimes during events, sometimes they're random grants that we just give out. I ask a question, and based on the question, I go through the list. And sometimes we have contests. We have milestone, contests. Like we just reached surpassed 21,000 subscriber on Facebook. We're about to hit 60K on YouTube. So every time we have a milestone, that's just an excuse for us to give away gifts, right? And we do that in the form of grants or micro grants to those are in our community that are loyal and that show us support each and every day. So look for the She Pitch Perfect pitch competition. We just made the announcement to our email list, so definitely get on our email list. And the announcement is being made across the social media platforms. That is coming in September. So you want to get your pitches ready. It is going to be a social media pitch. We have a number of pitch competitions as well. This is our newest one. We're very excited about this. And it's just going to get bigger and better from here. So we'll be giving away cash prizes. We'll be giving away an iMac computer and much more through that competition as well. I think it was last week, I interviewed with Hello Skip. So he is a very well-known YouTube content creator. He has his channel, Brian. He has his channel and app and website. And he invited me on for an interview. I believe it's already been published on his channel. We're going to be doing a live again, I believe next week. And what we're going to do is partner up so that we can give away a grant for our audience. So he is going to give a grant, $1,000 to someone in our She Boss Talk community. So that's the power of collaboration. That's the power of leveraging other people's networks. And we talked about just being on the front lines during the COVID-19 pandemic and the thousands of business owners that we've helped and continue to help, and the grant programs. Each of us started on our own, right? And coming together to create more opportunities for small businesses. So look out for that too. So you don't even have to go outside of She Boss Talk to find a grant. We give out grants all the time. Okay. Just last call for anyone that wants to partner with us on our She Boss Up grants that are coming in the winter. We're getting prepared for that. So if you want to donate cash or a product, virtual or physical, or a service, or you want to serve on the committee, the applications are available. I'll make sure that link is in the comments so that you can go to it. But the deadline for that is July 31st. Okay. So with that said, let's get right into it. So let me first start with the latest update on the State Small Business Credit Initiative. I've already done a video on this program, so please go check out the video. It's the State Small Business Credit Initiative. It's huge. I go into more detail there. And there's $10 billion in funding that is available from the federal government, and they rolled it out to the states. Now, the states had to apply for this federal funding. So this program already existed. It's been extended and expanded through this initiative under the American Rescue Plan Act. And so 5 states initially it rolled out to, because the states, they had to apply, and it's based on when they applied, when they had all their things together. It's just like when we applying for our grants. It's like whoever's first to complete their information and getting processed first. But they have 5 states, and now they have 9 more states that have been approved for funding. So I'm going to list off these states. And so I would highly recommend you contact your governor's office. They most likely already or will have in the upcoming days an official press release announcing this initiative for their state and what it all entails and how to go apply and how to get involved. So Arizona is one of the 9 states. Connecticut, Indiana, one of our neighbors, Maine, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, South Dakota, and Vermont have been allotted $940 million as part of this program. Okay? So they're still rolling out to states. So this is the second round. So know that there's more rounds to come. If your state it was not in the first or second round, then it will most likely be in one of the next rounds to come. Now, Arizona will receive $101 million, and they're running 3 different programs. And I'll leave this again in the comments. They're going to be running 3 different programs. So every state and how the programs that they have may look different. So they will have all of those details. So they're saying that they're going to have 3 different programs, to which the includes 2 venture capital programs. So I get asked all the time about venture capital funds. How can I get venture capital investment? I have this new idea, I have this innovation, I have this patent, whatever it is. Through this program, you can get venture capital investment. So they're going to have that loan guarantee program, venture capital programs to invest in seed and Series A stage focused funds. Connecticut has been awarded $119.4 million to operate 2 different programs and will launch 2 major new initiatives: the Connecticut Future Fund and the Climate Tech Fund. Okay. So remember those things: the Connecticut Future Fund and the Climate Tech Fund. Indiana has been approved for $99.1 million to operate 2 different programs that include venture capital program that's allocated over $70 million. Maine was approved for $62.2 million to operate four different programs. Okay, so they're going to be operating 4 different programs that include also capital or venture capital funds, which is allocated $20 million. New Hampshire has been approved for up to $61.5 million and will operate 5 different programs, including loan participation program, to which it has allocated $40 million. So look at these numbers. Some have 2 programs, some have 3, some have 4, some have 5. It just depends on your state. Pennsylvania has been approved for up to $267.8 million, and they will operate 3 different programs, including an equity capital investment program, venture capital investment programs as well. South Carolina, I have a lot of people in South Carolina contact me a lot about what's available in South Carolina. So South Carolina is approved for up to 101.3 million, and it will operate a loan participation program to which is allocated $50 million in and also venture capital programs as well. South Dakota is approved for $60 million. And it right now is saying that it will operate 1 loan participation program to which it has allocated the entire $60 million to it. Okay. So financing from these programs will be made available through banks and also CDFIs. And then Vermont has been approved for $57.9 million and will operate 3 different programs, including venture capital programs as well. So these programs are supposed to help build up small businesses and contribute to building creating jobs. So you will see not just this program, but a lot of other programs, including grants that are being and tax credits and the like that are being made available in your state, in our states, to help create jobs. I mean, I can't say that enough. So we have to become employers, and those that are employers, you have to start making sure that you are doing everything above board, that it is on record, that you are using payroll, right? That you actually have your employees on payroll and paying payroll taxes. That is how they are able to verify that you have employees, and that will qualify you for some of these additional opportunities that are available. Okay. So let me start with some of the grant programs. I already told you all that California has been huge for giving out grants. They have so many. So if you are in California, and it is not just specific to one county or one city, in California, but I know they have I'll talk about this one really quickly. The Azusa Small Business Support Grant for eligible small businesses in the city of Azusa. You're able to get grants up to $50,000 and apply by July 28th. So that is tomorrow. Okay, so know that there are several grants coming to a close at the end of July, just like there were many that we announced last month that came to a close at the end of June, and we had that challenge to get our applications in by the end of the month. So I challenge you again to, go apply for as many grants as you can that are closing their cycle at the end of July. If you accept the challenge, just put in the comments, accept. Let me know if you accept the grant challenge that you're going to apply for those that are ending in July. Put accept in the comments. They have a Black Cooperative Investment Fund as well. They have a California Dream Fund for up to $10,000 as well. Know that all of these links I will put in the comments. So just go to the comments of the video because all of these state and local grants are not on our grant tracker. It's just too many of them. So I'm going to grab them and put them in the comments of the video. So circle back later on and you will see them there. San Bernardino County has micro grants for businesses in the county with 5 or less employees, and they're giving up to $2,500. They also have in San Diego a micro grant for the same amount. Look for future rounds on these grant programs again. Southern California has a Job Creators Quest grant, and this is up to $10,000. Apply for by November 30th of 2022 for this particular grant. And I'm sure there's more grants in California that's what's on this list. Okay. Colorado is providing helps Colorado-based industry technology businesses who want to export. So this is a good example of export grants because we have export grants here in Ohio. So if that's the industry you're looking to get into or you're into it, know that there's a lot of grant funding that is available. So again, this is in Colorado, and they're giving grants of $15,000 or up to $15,000. They're also giving out, I mentioned this before, but I have to mention it again. This one is up to $5 million. This is in Colorado. So if you are a Colorado business and you know a Colorado business, they have a lot of these. Okay, so this one is just an example. Colorado Community Revitalization Grant. And I mentioned the HUD grants before that we did a video on it. That's housing and community development. That grants go to the state, the county, your county, and your city in order to fund various projects to make enhancements and improvements. Okay, so know that these types of grants exist, right? Colorado Community Revitalization Grant, right, provides gap funding for projects in creative districts, historical districts, main streets, neighborhood commercial centers. This grant will support creative projects that combine creative industry workforce, housing, commercial spaces, performance space, community gathering spaces, childcare centers, and retail partnerships for the purpose of economic recovery and diversification. Up to $5 million in funding available for this community project. So I mentioned some key words there, right? Main streets, historical districts, creative districts. All the community states have these types of districts, right? Know what is happening in your local community so you know where the dollars are going and you can get in on it. I know someone just reached out to me yesterday about their artists and about arts grants, and I'm saying to myself, we just posted about arts grants. There are more and more arts grants coming out at the local level. Like they just announced one for like 3 million. I think up to 3 million here in Northeast Ohio. So again, we are not the only one. We know the arts has been hard hit, but arts is part of what they use and they reach out to you all that are artists to help them beautify the neighborhoods. I mean, I was just reading yesterday about this new like Midtown district here that I didn't even know about really or heard about, and all of the art projects that they've done. How do they do this? They hire artists and they pay them, right? So they either give grants or give contracts in order to be able to do this. But shout out to Colorado for that. They also have a tourism recovery marketing grant. Funding will be considered only for entities within the travel and tourism industries in Colorado that meet the state eligibility requirements, and you can get up to $500,000. Okay, you need to apply by August the 1st. Okay, you see the diversity in this these grants. We talking about arts, now we're talking about travel and tourism. So there's so many opportunities. Florida has a small this is a small business capitalization program, and Miami-Dade Economic Advocacy Trust is giving out grants of $5,000. So you want to go check that out as well. Georgia has consistently given out grants. They've had a number of different grant programs. They have one going on in Chatham County. If you have less than 100 employees, you can qualify for $25,000. Columbus, Georgia grants for small businesses, hospitality, and nonprofits. You can get grants up to $40,000. So again, remember, go to these websites. All the details are there. And also, if they're coming to a close or they close at any point, most of these grants have cycles, which means that, you know, you want to get on their email list so that you can know when they're opening up again, and you can go ahead and apply. So Invest Atlanta has been open for a while. Small businesses and property owners in 5 cities of Atlanta can apply for grants up to $20,000 for interior or exterior improvements. Okay, so this is another type of grant that is going to help you, you know, further improve your retail space, whether it's the outside improvements you want to make or inside improvements you want to make. Okay. There are in Hawaii has had a few as well. Zonta Club of Hilo Micro Grant. So this is a club in Hawaii that is funding women-owned small businesses and women entrepreneurs who are seeking financial support. You can get a grant up to $2,000 and apply by July 31st. Okay, so that is Hawaii. In one of my groups that I'm in, someone shared a county grant, and one of our fellow alums, she applied for that county grant and got it. We've had people, peers, do the same here in our community, because oftentimes, again, there aren't people applying. So if you're one of the only ones applying, all you basically need to do is meet all the requirements, and submit a completed application, follow the instructions, and get it in on time, and it's yours. I mean, so there's many of them like that. There's some that's highly competitive, and there's others that, you know, don't have as much competition. Okay, so Illinois also has another type of community grant, and grants are again up to $5 million. The Chicago Department of Planning and Development. So planning and development, right, is accepting applications for grant funding for local commercial mixed use and light manufacturing development. All are welcome to apply. City staff would prioritize projects in the city of Chicago, where there's a history of disinvestment and limited private investments. So again, that's huge. $5 million in Chicago. There is in Gurnee, Illinois, small business grant in the village of Gurnee, Illinois. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. $10,000, up to $10,000 grants available. They also have the Illinois Restaurant Foundation. So you hear foundation. So look for the foundations and associations in your local area. More times than not, they have a grant, or they're partnering with other either the government, the local government, or other organizations to give out grants. But the Illinois Restaurant Foundation is giving out grants. And so these grants are for restaurants workers facing hardship. So if you're a restaurant worker or know someone who is, they can get up to $1,500. Apply by August the 31st. They also have a small business improvement fund. So this grant is for permanent building renovations and repairs. Chicago Department of Planning and Development again. So you can apply for grants that will cover between 30% and 90% of your remodeling and building costs, up to $250,000. Up to $250,000 for you to build or repair in Chicago. Okay. So that's huge. Let's see here. Hispanic in Illinois or Louisiana Hispanic owned business grants for Louisiana. If you have to be 51% Hispanic owned, and in the state, right, and become a member of the Hispanic Chamber of Louisiana, and you can get a grant up to $2,500, first come first serve. So this is another example of how chambers across the U.S. are giving out grants. So just checking your area. I've seen a lot of chambers, either just by themselves or in partnership with others that are giving out grants. There is in Maryland an Export MD program. So Maryland companies that receive Export MD award are eligible for $5,000 reimbursement of expenses with an international marketing project. So applications are due each month. So you will see that there are grants that they may be every month, every quarter, twice a year, once a year. Find out the grantor cycle and just make sure that you get it on your calendar and monitor it. Okay, so Massachusetts, they have quite a few here. I'm going to scroll down the list and talk about the Milbury, Massachusetts Small Business Grant of up to $15,000 that small businesses can get. In New Bedford, there are various grants. So they obviously have more than one. So I will make sure you all have access to that as well for small businesses and nonprofits. So just know when you're looking on the website if it is for profit, nonprofit, or both, because a lot of times you have grants that are for both. They're inclusive of both, but you definitely need to read to make sure that your particular business meets the qualifications to apply. Okay. Michigan has been on the front lines of grants as well. Let me talk about this one here. Well, Kalamazoo, sustaining biopic leaders is Kalamazoo County Foundation, another foundation funding sustainable BIPOC, leaders initiatives to respite, professional development, executive coaching, and wellness grants to local nonprofit leaders of $3,000. So there's always nonprofit grants at the local level. So if you're a nonprofit, definitely you should, if you are plugged in your local area, you should know where the grants are. Like you should know what the top foundations are in your area, and those nonprofit support organizations, because I know we have a foundation, the Cleveland Foundation here, and we have like several, like I think there's Cleveland Partnerships, and there's another organization that they give out community grants. So basically you don't even have to have a business. If all you need to do is submit a business plan right, on a project that you want to accomplish, and they would give you a $5,000 grant. So not all grants require that you have a business. Mississippi, Jackson Small Business Resiliency and Safe Practices Grant. So business must operate in the city of Jackson limits and have less than 50 employees. Grants should be used to modernize systems, equipment to help establishments be better positioned to prevent, prepare, and respond to COVID-19 and future variants, is what they're saying. So grants are up to $30,000 would be issued on a first come first serve basis. So I've had many people ask me about Mississippi. What's happening in Mississippi? That's what's happening in Mississippi. But again, I'm sure that's not the only grant that is available in your city. but this just goes to show too the different programs that are coming out. You will find that are to help small businesses get prepared for disasters, right? So if we experience, like it happens all the time around the country, national disasters like the floods that's happening, or the wildfires that are happening across the country, these organizations want you to be prepared, have a plan, be prepared, and have a go-to option for funding in case your business is impacted by one of these uncontrollable events, right? And so I mentioned before in our, I believe it's our last videos, that the U.S. Chamber and FedEx came together on a relief program to do just that. And so any and all small businesses across the country can apply for that program. And so once you apply or are accepted in, then you are on the list, so that when you experience a disaster, you can apply for a grant and possibly get it. Okay. Missouri. I think somebody asked about Missouri on here. So they have what is a North St. Louis Commercial Corridor Grant. So businesses and nonprofits located on 11 eligible corridors and neighborhoods in North St. Louis can apply for operational support and facade and storefront improvement grants. Okay, so I will make sure that that is listed for you as well. New Hampshire has a few. So New Hampshire has the COOS Economic Development Corporation grant. So for small businesses in, I think it's Coos County, Berlin, Colebrook, Gorham, Lancaster, and Whitfield, grant awardees will receive up to $5,000 towards storefront rent for 3 months, insurance, utilities, signage, and other reasonable expenses. So, these are some of the grant opportunities that, again, are going towards some of the things that businesses are asking for. Like, how can I get help with my commercial rent? How can I get help with my storefront? I need repairs, or I'm trying to buy a building. Know that grants are available. Or I'm trying to get into a retail space. So know that there are grants available. Manchester Small Business Grant Program is available up to $10,000. New Jersey is giving out grants in Morris County. Small business. I must have legally established business in the county since January 2019. You could be a sole proprietor as well, partnership, corporation, nonprofit with less than 25 employees, and get up to $15,000. They're also giving away small business improvement grants. A lot of improvement grants, right? So small minority women businesses in New Jersey may apply for assistance for these improvement grants, and also may be reimbursed for capital investments for purchase and installation of new furniture, fixtures, equipment, and these grants are up to $50,000. Okay, so New York has a lot. So I'm going to just focus for the to reserve time here. They've had this one for a while, but the New York State Pandemic Small Business Recovery Grant is available, and it was created to provide flexible grant assistance to currently viable small businesses. So again, you have to be currently in business, micro businesses, and for-profit independent arts, cultural organizations in the state of New York who have experienced economic hardship due to the COVID-19 pandemic can get anywhere between $5,000 and $50,000. Okay, so $5,000 and $50,000. If you're in New York, let me know. If you're in New York and you've gotten any of these grants or the COVID grants, let me know in the comments. Rockland County in New York has a grant for small businesses up to $25,000 as well. If you're in Rockland County, Syracuse has an incubator So again, these incubators and accelerators are not all national. You can have, there's many in your states, right? Many in your states. Just, Google incubators in your state, incubators in the city or your county that you live in. And those are opportunities for you to get help and mentorship in your business, and also be able to get access to funding for your business as well. So the Syracuse Retail Incubator is available. So it's saying here, utilize an award-winning utilizing an award from the Central New York Community Foundation, another foundation, Black Equity and Excellence Fund. Odessa will identify and train entrepreneurs who collaborate with the Downtown Syracuse Foundation to secure 3 months of pop-up shop locations in downtown Syracuse. Entrepreneurs will be available to receive a grant up to $5,000. North Carolina has a small business impact grant. It's called Retool NC, right? And eligible businesses certified hub, and certified hub is hub zone, and certified a DBE, which is disadvantaged business enterprise with 50 employees or less. Grants are only available to certified businesses with 1.5 million in gross revenues or less, and grants are up to 25,000. Now in Ohio, we have had several grants right now. There's one in Cincinnati for minority businesses available. It's called the Lincoln and Gilbert grants in Cincinnati. And this is for those that's been impacted by COVID-19. You can qualify for grants up to 15,000. There's also in Northeast Ohio, the Key for Women, in partnership with SCORE. SCORE is an arm of the Small Business Administration. They are a volunteer network, which I'm a part of. I serve as a volunteer and subject matter expert and trainer. And they have come together, I think this is the second year, for a pitch competition for women. And you can win up to $10,000. So I'll make sure that I post that here in the comments as well. Did I read that again? I want to make sure I'm not. Okay, so let's move on. Tennessee has a Nashville Small Business Recovery Grant. Businesses must currently be active and open for business, and must show proof of organization in Nashville or Dayton County, have 50 or fewer employees, and you can get a grant up to 35,000. So the deadline to apply is July 31st. Texas, they have a well, this one closed, but I'm assuming that if they have accelerators, it may open again. So I'm gonna post it in the comments so you can track it. But they do have in Fort Bend, Texas, you must be in a Fort Bend business that has been in operation since December 30th of 2019 and prove a decline in revenues, and you can get a grant between 5,000 and 25,000. Okay. They also have some incubator programs going on as well. Let's move on to Virginia, which has some accelerator programs. They have like a B-Force accelerator, which is a 12-week intensive for Black and Latinx businesses that are at least 2 years old to prepare you for capital access. So many of you all out there that are trying to get funding of any kind aren't yet prepared to be able to go after it. So to know that they have programs that are actually going to be help you prepare to get funded is great. Let me just double check really quickly. They have the James City County small business grants that are available. You must be locally or regionally owned and have less than 20 employees for 15,000. They also have a Newport News micro enterprise grant as well, between $500 and $35,000. Prince William County is offering a Restore Retail grant program for up to $25,000. And again, all the links, if you're just tuning in, all the links are all our resources are always in the show notes, in the description where the text is on the video. And we also put them in the comments. So you can go to the comments and see this information. Okay, so let me see. West Virginia has a Morgantown Small Business Assistance Grants are available for businesses located in Morgantown city limits. And you can get grants up to 20,000. And then last on the list is Wisconsin. They have a Black Business Boost grant with support and resources. So I will make sure that these links are all in the comments. Again, there are so many grants that's on the list. Please understand, and I see all of you all out here. You're so welcome. I'm so happy to share these grant opportunities. Those of you that are asking for your states, so North Carolina, South Carolina, I've already mentioned them. So make sure that you go back to the replay and just look in the comments. Look in the comments for your state. And then usually if I come across any more, I just drop them in the comments. So just circle back like in a day or two. But be mindful of the dates, right? Because the deadlines are the deadlines. They're not gonna move the deadline. So you need so you need to make sure that you are definitely applying, making it a priority to apply for these grants, right? And I have made the comment, I posted yesterday, and this is so true. I know sometimes, we're applying for grants or other opportunities and we don't get them. We feel like, okay, I applied for 10 grants and I didn't get it. And I know it can be discouraging and frustrating. Okay. But I created a post yesterday because I get frustrated too. I'm like, I just know I believe in my business. I just know I'm going to get this grant and I don't get it for whatever reason it is, but you gotta keep pushing forward. And so, understand it's a process. I've actually lost way more grants than I have won. And I think you can ask just about anybody that has won a grant, they will tell you the same thing, right? But there has been so much that I have gained going through the process of being, having that rejection or being told no, right? Getting that email. But even in most of those, we get something. Sometimes, in I would say 60% of the ones that I've lost, I've been awarded something. It wasn't the top prize, but I got something out of it, whether it was, a computer, some membership subscription that I didn't have to pay for. All of that adds up. All of that is value. You know how many subscriptions I pay for tools and things like that? So to have them say, okay, I'm going to give you a LinkedIn premium subscription, right? And then I have access to more features then it's my job to why have that access to whatever that 3 months, 6 months or a year, right? That I'm going to fully optimize it for what it's worth, right? And then there's some others is just, a thank you and here's some resources or encouraging me to apply the next time. And I applied the next time, right? I know one of my peers, she was just posted about how she just won a grant. And I can't remember her name, but I know it's one of my peers on Facebook. And one of her mentors encouraged her to apply again, right? So she stipulated that because she wasn't going to, right? Maybe she was on the verge of giving up, or I already applied. This happened during the pandemic. I already applied. I didn't get it. There's been grants that I applied for. I didn't get it in the first round, right? I didn't get my county grant to the third round, and it was the biggest round. Had I just given up because I didn't get the first round, then I would have never gotten the biggest award in the third round. And had she given up and not gone for it a second time, she wouldn't have gotten it. You know how many people applied multiple times for these accelerators? Like Tamara probably applied twice, right? And she applied and, she didn't have everything, right? Because they say you had to be a certified, business, minority business. And she didn't have all of that. But guess what? They helped her do it, right? So know that these programs are out here to really help you. Don't give up on the process, but make sure you're putting in the work. One thing that I do for every application, I go back, right? So, I do the application and I look at, okay, what could I have done better, right, in this? And I go back and I look at the win. I celebrate the winners because I get notified, right? Don't ignore that, because that's an opportunity for me to connect with some really amazing entrepreneurs and small business owners. Obviously, they're amazing. They won they won the grant. So just building the relationships is valuable. And I take the opportunity to connect with those that are often serving on the panels and on the committees that are making the decisions, and they actually encourage you to connect with them. And most of the time, I'm connecting with them on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is like the go-to business platform for business. Okay. So those are some of the things that I do, and I just keep pushing forward. I don't focus on the fact that I applied for so many grants that I didn't get. I know that there's another one coming that is for me, that has my name on it, and I've gotten many, right? So I would love to get them all, but I know realistically, just if you play a numbers game, you're not going to get them all, but you can get enough that can help support your business. And grants are not there to carry your business. They're there to help you, right? Fill the gap, right? Meet the need, and help you further your mission. But the expectation is that you have a plan in place, that you are executing, that where you can really make sales in your business and be able to scale your business. And so don't sleep on these accelerator programs. Don't sleep on the incubator programs and other mentorship programs that are out here. They could be like 3 months, 6 months, or a year. I know many of my peers just graduated from the 100 Black Women through the, I think it's the 10,000 Small Business Program through Goldman Sachs, and others that's graduated from the 10,000 Small Business through Goldman Sachs. So those are really big programs. I mean, they give you money, they fly you out, like all expenses paid. They give you access to their teams. I mean, those things are so amazing. So don't sleep on those and think that there's just because the program isn't giving you money, cash money, that there is not value in it. Some of these grants are marketing grants, like Comcast, right? I've had many peers win the Comcast grant. I wish it was in my area, right? But it's regional. It's where Comcast operates, and they're one of the communications company and media companies that's really doing it big in the grant space and helping minority and women businesses. But they give cash grants, then they give some marketing grants where they again help you build and promote, get exposure on a national platform, giving you a professional commercial. And then they have a technology grant. So I know many peers that have gotten all of them, and all of them are appreciative for what they have received. So let's always be in the mindset and have a heart of appreciation for the process and what it is that we do get. And we share these all the time across our platform. So again, if you're not following us on YouTube or on Facebook, definitely follow us in both of those places, because that's where we share most of our information. And also on our email list, because we're dropping them every day, like the Bank of America program where you need to get on the wait list. This is for women. You can get a certification in women entrepreneurship. Then you join us as alumni, right? We have a whole group and program and benefits dedicated to alumni. A lot of these grants too are creating programs around the grant. So it's not just a one-time thing. It's just like PayPal. When did I win this PayPal grant? I won the PayPal grant in 2020. And they gave us another supplemental grant in 2021, right? Because they know that we were hard hit. And it's PayPal in partnership with AEO, the Association for Enterprise Opportunities. They have just been a huge asset to myself and the alumni that are part of the program. We are one of 1,600 out of 60,000 applicants that applied for this grant program. Okay. So they created an entire program for us. They give us access to opportunities. Like they just held their conference and gala, gave free tickets to the event, right? Free tickets. They met up in Washington D.C. I wasn't able to make it, but I would have loved to be there, and I would love to be there next year. But they put out a call to members too to participate. So like one of the grantees actually is a chef, a baker chef. Okay, she does spectacular food. They hired her to cater part of the event. Okay, so they didn't say, okay, can you do this for free? Not only are we going to get you exposure, but we're going to come to you, this community that we built of amazing business owners, and we're going to see who is here first before we go outside and ask someone else to come and be a part of what we're doing. And so, it's just so fantastic. So go after all these programs, all of these opportunities. There's just more and more coming online, more national grants coming online. Just go to our page, they're there. And again, we're updating our tracker. But we want you to win. Use the resources. If you haven't used our resources already, use our resources. We have classes, we have cheat sheets, but you have to do the work. Then you have to go assess and figure out what you're doing, because at some point, if you're not getting at least one, there's something you may need to tweak in what you're doing, right? Are you applying for the right grants? Are you sure you're meeting the eligibility when you apply? Are you sure that you're following the instructions? Did you forget to follow up? Right? Some of these simple things we talk about all the time is some of the main reasons that that we miss out on some of the grant opportunities that are out here. So thank you so much. I'm looking at your comments. I'm seeing the comments. There's so many. So if I don't get to it after during the program, I always follow up. And also, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm on a new computer. Okay. So I finally started using, after my brother set it all up for me. I'm now using my Mac and I'm trying to figure it out. So things look a little bit different in here. I'm using StreamYard. So, if I don't get to your question, it's just because it's a lot of them and I may not be able to see it because I'm not able to scroll. Okay. Someone is saying, truly understood. However, I seen your growth since day one. Oh, thank you so much. Very proud to see a sister doing it. Once again, pray that we can have a one-on-one. I'm happy to do that. Do you offer different government grant? No, we don't offer government. Only the government can offer government grants. Okay. But we have master classes. We have a master class that teaches you how to get certified and how to leverage those certifications to get government grants and government contracts. So you could just click on the link. It'll also be in the comments. But no one can offer government grants but the government. So if that's what your question is, so that's how I'm understanding it. Let me see. When I look for grant, it's always asking for money. I don't know what grants you're looking at, but 90% of grants don't ask for money. And those that do, if the fee is like $25, right? $15, $10, look at the return on investment. I mean, I've spent up to $50 on an application. Now, if they ask you for hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars, that's a different story. But I honestly don't know where you're looking. If you look on our grant tracker, there's very few, and the fee may be like 25 or 15. I know Amber grants are $15. And Amber grants, they give away at least 6 grants a month. So you can, and they show you, you have peers that have won the Amber grant, right? So don't get stuck on the fee for it, right? So, you decide which ones you apply for. If you don't want to pay a fee, if it's not worth it to you, then don't pay the fee, right? So to me, it was worth me paying the fee. And I know I was close on the Amber grant. So I'm sure I'm going to give it a try again, because they have improved their grant program. It's gotten bigger and bigger. So know that your the monies that you are contributing are going to help make the program bigger, so that there's more money available for more women to apply for. I know that. So know that some things require an investment as well. So don't think everything is supposed to be free just because it's a grant program. Like how dare they charge me $10? You know, we waste $10. So we're not willing to invest in $10 for the possibility of getting 5,000 or 10,000. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I mean, they just had a lottery, what the biggest lottery, Mega Millions in a while, like 700 million. And I'm sure people spend $20 for a chance to get that pot. I mean, it's the same thing. You know, I mean, they're not complaining they spent that money. They know they took a chance, and the chance is slim that they get it. But you know, they're hoping that they will. But somebody always gets it, and it could be you. You just never know. Okay. So those of you that are asking for one-on-ones, the link is also in the comments. We also have a membership program, She Boss Tribe, that you can join. But if you want one-on-ones, the link is in the comment. We do one-on-one consults, not phone calls, because I'm so busy. Okay. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did talk about grants in the retail space. There's a lot more of those coming online. So look out for those. Definitely look out for those grants. Okay. I got to figure out how to maneuver in here through the comments. I'm only seeing like the latest. So my apologies if I didn't get to them. So once I end the show, I'm able to see them and I can circle back. Or after it ends, if you want to repost your comment in the comment section, you're welcome to do that as well. But I think I answered most of you all's questions. I mean, you know, just get plugged in and stay plugged in to what we're doing, because we have a lot more opportunities coming up available. Again, we have a grant with Hello Skip. We have our She Pitch Perfect pitch competition in September. We have another grant contest, a blog branding contest next month. And at the end of the year, we have our biggest grant program. So that's your chance to shoot your shot. And we, as many people as we have follow us, is very few that actually step up and apply for our programs. And so we often find ourselves giving the money to the same people. It's the same thing as I said about you all not applying at your state. Like, you're part of a community, but you're not you're not participating. Right? You when people ask, is there a chance? There is a chance if you participate. There is no chance if you don't even put your hat in the ring to participate, right? So we want to give out more grants to entrepreneurs and business owners, but you know, if the same people want to keep applying, I mean, and they're happy about it. They're getting theirs, and it's helping their businesses. So, but we do want to spread the wealth, because again, we are growing. We are getting grants, and we're getting accepted into programs, and so all of that feeds into more programs we can provide for you. Then we allocate a budget for that. And we expect that our budgets will continue to grow and grow and grow, and you will continue to see more and more programs being made available to you all. So thank you so much. As always, continue to be the boss with Amplify Impact. Definitely, with everything still going on here with COVID and monkeypox and everything, please stay healthy and stay safe out here, and continue to have a wonderful week. We're here to support your success. Have a wonderful day.